welcome into this week's episode of Play by Play. It's episode number 141. I'm your host, Andy Horton, alongside Jared Bergstrom. Well, Jared, we're a couple weeks in, 17 games at this point, at least for the Reds, to be exact, through baseball season, and it's been a roller coaster so far. Yeah. We will talk about that. We will definitely get into what's coming up with the NBA playoffs, and then I guess we might have a new segment.
Stuff in the bag.
So stuff in the bag. We might have a new segment. Jared hit me with this right before we went live. So we will see what that is all about. It should be a fun episode this week, so don't forget to like the show, share it on all the social media platforms, and let's get into it.
Well, let's just go ahead and start with the Reds since they're red hot and everything. Winners of, what is that, 4 in a row? 5 in a row?
4 in a row.
4 in a row. And
5 out of 6? Or is it 6 out of 7? It might be 6 out of 7. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, 6 out of 7.
All right.
There you go. You want to go first or me?
Well, we'll let you go first, and then I'll add anything if you don't cover what I normally cover.
Okay. So, all right. Well, I don't know how. I think we kind of stayed a little bit away from it last week because, it was a rocky portion of the early season, and I don't like getting too negative. And when I go negative, things can start to spiral quickly.
Yes.
But yeah, it was definitely a rough start to the season. I wasn't too upset at the fact that we lost the first series to the Giants. They're a very good baseball team. But the Rangers into the Brewers series was extremely frustrating. I mean, everyone knows we hate the Brewers, but it was just the way the offense looked and how the offenses looked through the first 17 games. I mean, it has not been very good as to this point. There's been, the Brady Singer games where the offense says, hey, we're going to score 100 runs.
Give you 10 runs each game outing.
So good for Brady Singer, but, it's been a very similar script for a lot of the season so far when it comes to, like, Hunter Green not getting the run support that he needs in order to win games as an ace pitcher. His stats, this is a wild stat line that I have about Hunter Green since last year. I'm going to look to see if I can pull it up. I remember a good chunk of it, so I won't have to look too hard. But since, I think it's like July 1st or July 4th of last year, Hunter Green has pitched 80 and 2/3 innings, has allowed 9 runs in 13 starts, and he's only given up 35 hits. Teams are hitting 129 against him. He has 90 Ks, like I just said, only given up 9 runs, and an ERA of 1 since July 1st of last year. He has just been out of this world good. I mean, like, best pitcher in baseball through 4 starts. And,
yeah.
The
win-loss record isn't there, but the stats are.
Yeah. And then, you just look at, like, how a lot of the other pitchers that have done so far. Super impressed about, Nick Lodolo. He had a real rough game last night. He gave up 4 runs and got hit around pretty badly. But we really haven't seen the good Nick Lodolo yet. And he's got an ERA of 2.1 or 2.31. And we haven't really seen the good Nick Lodolo yet. Like, he's just kind of, like, I've been to one Nick Lodolo game. He pitched game 2 of the season, I was at that one. And, like, he didn't pitch bad, but, like, when Nick Lodolo is...
When he's on.
When he's got his stuff, I mean, he's striking dudes out left and right, and, like, no one's getting on base, and he is just electric. And, like, I don't know, he hasn't put out a full Nick Lodolo type performance that we're used to seeing so far yet this season, and he's still been fantastic. And that's just the type of guy that he is. I expect a good outing from Nick Lodolo weekend or game in, game out. I love that guy so much. It's just, can he stay healthy? Brady Singer then also had a really good start, got roughed up in his last outing. His ERA is up to 3.4 1.8. So it's kind of ballooned a little bit, and he hasn't been the innings eater that he was kind of preached to us as. But I like what he's been able to do so far. I think most people know I don't think Nick Martinez is a starter, but he's not he's not really bad. But the problem is he can't go 3 times through the rotation. I'll see if I can find the stat and send it to you so you can put it up in post and so that people can see it. But like his first time through the order, teams are like they can't hit him. The second time through the order, it raises to just like about 190-ish, like the opposing team's hitting batting average. But then the third time through, it skyrockets, and like he is just mincemeat, like the third time through the order. So it's like if you're gonna use him, you have to know when to pull the plug if you're gonna use him as a starter. That being said, we kind of maybe got to use him as a starter right now until a couple of the younger guys are ready, like
Rhett Louder.
Louder, yeah, he's throwing now, so that's good. He's starting to get there, and then Wade Miley. I don't know if he's got anything left in the tank, but he looked like he did the whole time he was up with Milwaukee. So hope he comes back and can be a contributor, and then maybe you can move Martinez down into the bullpen, and then I think most people know I love Andrew Abbott, and had a good first start. Gave up 2 hits, 1 run, struck out 5 in 5 innings. Not spectacular, but a nice first start. And so the pitching staff is all that you could ever ask for. And then when you look at the bullpen, I mean, we've gotten some guys be just elite that we weren't expecting. Emilio Pagan, 8 1/3 innings so far, with an ERA of 1.08. He's just been out of this world. Striking out, just 7 strikeouts so far. But he's been very efficient. He's got 3 saves on the season. I think it might be a while for Alexis Diaz to maybe get that closing role back if Emilio Pagan keeps pitching this way.
Right, you can't just give it back to him just because he was the closer last year when Pagan's rolling.
And Tony Santillan also played in 10 games so far, 10 2/3 pitched, ERA of 0.84. I mean, these guys are dealing out of the pen right now. And then I told you this right before we got going. I got to get those Ashcraft bobbleheads in here because he has like this new role for Ashcraft out of the bullpen is phenomenal. And I've talked about it over the last couple of years that I do like Ashcraft, but like at some point during a start he loses it. But if you put him in the bullpen and you don't need him to throw more than 2 innings, I would even trust him for 3. But if you don't need him to throw more than 2 innings, I mean, you bring him in and he throws a 96, 97 mile an hour cutter, it's a hard one to hit. And when he's really rolling, like he has been so far this season, I heard someone describe him one time as effectively wild. And he's got a little bit of that sometimes, like where, like the hitter doesn't know what to expect because maybe sometimes the catcher doesn't know what to expect.
Right.
But I really like this new role for Graham Ashcraft, and that's like this bullpen. It's possible that this is actually the worst it's going to be all season, right? Because by the end of the season, if this Reds team is in the mix and fighting for a playoff spot, then a lot of people think that Luis May and what's the other kid that's down there, the other reliever, Maxwell.
Maybe. Hold on.
A lot of people think that those 2 guys will be on their way up, and there's a lot of buzz about how good that those guys could be in the bullpen. I think it's Zach Maxwell, or maybe it's not Zach, but it's Maxwell.
Zach Maxwell. Yep.
Yeah, and okay. And all that's being said, and we still haven't mentioned that a lot of people think that it's possible Chase Burns finds his way up if the Reds are doing great by the end of the season. This pitching staff is the strength of the team. top to bottom, and I just think it could keep getting better. I'm so excited about what this team does, giving up less than 3 runs a game altogether, and really making it so even as anemic as this offense has been, we're sitting at 9-8, and it's not possible. It is not possible for Jamir Candelario and for Christian Encarnacion Strand to continue hitting at 125 and at 151, and Spencer Steer to hit at 109. I've been really hard on Spencer Steer so far this year because he just hasn't, and it's not even necessarily his fault because he hasn't, because he's been injured. But if you're in the lineup, I need some kind of production. 109 ain't gonna do it. But like at some point, these guys are gonna start producing, right? Candelario's never been good in April, and at some point last year he came alive and was the best player on the team for 2 months. He carried the entire offense. If that happens, and a couple of these other guys just able to catch fire, this Reds team doesn't need to have a great offense. If they're just not terrible, like you give this Reds team with this pitching staff the 15th best offense in the game, I don't see how they don't make the playoffs. I just with how good the pitching is, barring loads of catastrophic injuries, knocking on wood, this Reds team is in really good shape, in my opinion.
One of the biggest surprises for me is Jose Trevino. Not having Tyler Stevenson probably for, I would say at least probably middle of April or middle of May, if not even further.
So I think the report came out yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday because he took BP yesterday, and when the Reds go on this upcoming road trip, he's going to go and hang out in Columbus, because I guess that's where AAA is right now. And then after that, if all things go well, he will start over the weekend. He will start his first rehab Tuesday.
Okay, so first week of May.
Man, it's just I said to my dad last night, if this team, can we just be healthy for like 5 games? Can we just have the whole squad together just for a minute?
Oh, can we pick those 5 games then? Hold on, because I don't want to waste it on Miami and Colorado.
That's true.
I'd rather have it for Milwaukee and St. Louis.
That's true. But I'm just excited about the fact that.
Yeah, I mean Trevino. I mean he's filling in great for Stevenson. I was worried. It's like, oh well, he's never really been that good of a bat. Hold on.
258.
Yeah, I wanted to see where that is on the team, not counting Austin Hayes or Austin Wins because they just don't have the bats, I feel. So that's 1, 2, 3. Third best batting average on the team behind Espinal and Lux.
Yeah.
And even then, if Stevenson comes back, Stevenson can slide into the DH role. He has played first base before.
And let's be clear, he's only behind Lux because Lux went 4 for 4 last night. And I'm a big Gavin Lux fan. Like, I think he's a huge add to this lineup, because at the end of the day, we just need more guys that have good at bats. Because when this happened a lot last year, sit and watch the Reds, there was just a lot of really unprofessional at bats. Guys would go up and have 2-3 pitch at bats and either get struck out or fly out. And I'm not saying that can't ever happen, but you also need guys that can eat pitches. Like, you need guys that make pitchers work. Because if you're not making the pitcher sweat and he's able to just go out and throw 9, 10, 11 pitches every single inning, then first of all, he's going to go deep into the game. You're never going to get their bullpen on the ropes. You're never going to have like situations where the Reds have found ourselves in for so many years, where the starter isn't able to get stuff done. The bullpen has to come in. The bullpen pitches 5 innings, and then the next night they're tired. And so even if the starter gives you a good 6, well then a tired bullpen has to come in for 3 innings and they get beaten up because they've had to carry the load for so many games. And you get to it's nice to see the Reds have guys that can maybe extend innings just by taking good at bats because. Dude, I don't know if I've seen one bad Gavin Lux at bat this season. Maybe that's an exaggeration, but I've watched almost every second of Reds baseball this season, and Gavin Lux, so many of his at bats are good. Like I like him. I like watching him at the plate. He's not swinging at bad pitches, and I think last night kind of just shows he's gotten a bit of a bad break so far this season. Like everything, he's just been hitting stuff right at dudes. This guy's a good hitter, and if him and Austin Hayes are able to be healthy all year long and just add depth to this lineup, because in a lot of situations, if this lineup gets past 3 or 4 for a long time, if this lineup has gotten past 3 or 4, it's like, all right, well, we're waiting for the top of the lineup to come back to have a chance to score. Well, if at some point Candelario will get it going, and then you got a lineup of Friedel, McLean, Ellie, Hayes, Lux, Candy, and then Stevenson will come back, Espinal, and it's like, wait a minute, this is a real lineup where you have to where you don't really have free outs, where it feels like the Reds have had a lot of free outs for a long time, and it's possible that won't be the case if this team can get healthy and everyone get on the same page. Shout out to Austin Wynns, by the way, who's also hit very well, 308 in the absence of in the absence of Tyler Stevenson. Only 13 plate appearances, but I don't care. Anyone hitting 308, it's good in my book. Ellie, he hasn't really been great so far this year, hitting 224. I'm hoping that
20 Ks is.
I'm hoping that the addition of the reinforcements to the lineup with Hayes and soon to be Stevenson and Gavin Lux looking to get going. Jake Fraley finally got above the Mendoza line with two nice hits last night. One, he kind of got a little lucky, and the other one, I wasn't there, but I saw a tweet that said it sounded like a gunshot came off the bat.
That's good.
And the one that jumped over the outfield wall, ground roll double. Just if this offense can just hit 250, this is going to be a really fun team.
Well, and it's like last year. I mean, we talked about it. I don't know if we really talked about it on the show, but I mean, Fraley, he's kind of had to readapt his swing because he lost all of his muscle from last year. He lost like 30 pounds in spring training because he was sick. So he doesn't have the power anymore, so he's got to go for more contact hits and base hits and stuff instead of swinging for the fences like he was when he was Viking Fraley. I mean, he still looks like it, but he don't have the power behind it like he did his first year.
CES, he's been really bad offensively so far. He's been awesome defensively. He's been making great plays, fielding. Some of the stretches he's made to pull in some of these these throws from third or from short.
Yeah, Ellie's got to
chin out.
Still learn to slow down a little bit. You don't got to rifle it there at 1,000 miles an hour to the first baseman.
But hey, he's got to figure out the offense, but the defense has been really good, and I'm happy about that. My biggest concern, if anything, is Gavin Lux last night after he got that 4th hit. It looked like he might have been wincing coming, like when he was pulling up on first base. And then we pulled him for Blake Dunn. Now, I think that we were going to pull him for Blake Dunn because Blake Dunn is a better defender, the defensive outfielder specifically. I felt like we were going to pull him anyways. So I don't think that he was pulled because he got injured. I'm not saying that he got hurt that bad. but it looked like he might have been winning, or it might have just been nothing. You know, I have no clue. I hope it was nothing, because I don't want to lose Gavin Lux, especially if he just figured it out offensively. We got to talk about the upcoming week.
Schedule. So let's see. Last week I said, by the time we came back around, I said optimistically 5-1.
I do not remember what I said.
I think you were one under me.
4-2.
4-2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and well, that can't be right. Maybe we got to write these down because there was not 6 games since we last shot a show.
I feel like sometimes we count the Wednesday games because we're not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Who cares?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
All right. Looking up.
Yeah. Let's look ahead. Oh yeah. Real quick, as we look ahead, I've been stressing big time over the last couple of days, especially now that we're out of the terror that was the first week and a half, where I was screaming and didn't want to watch the Reds and didn't want to have anything to do with this baseball team. We're past that. I'm back and I'm happy again. But anyways, we have to remain somewhat hot over this next little stretch. I mean, we could get swept by Baltimore. I would prefer that not happen, but we could get swept by Baltimore and not be in too much trouble. We just have to, because when the 21st happens, April 21st through April 27th, the Reds have to pick up 5 or 6 wins in that stretch. Go to Miami and then go to Colorado, 2 of the very worst teams in all of the league.
I'd say at least win each series. Take 2 out of each one.
I think you gotta get 5. I mean, I won't really be mad if we win 4 out of 6, but I feel like you need 5 because at some point the schedule is gonna get tougher, and you're gonna need Miami and Colorado games to be able to pad the resume later on. Because I mean,
Colorado's 3-14. Miami is actually third in their division at 500. I think Miami just started off. I think they started off against tough opponent. No, never mind. They took 3 out of 4 against Pittsburgh. All right. But yeah, no. You were talking about Baltimore. They're 6-10. So I'm kind of surprised that their offense hasn't come around a little bit.
Yeah, we'll see. I expect for them to be better, just like the Rays, just like the Braves. I don't expect for the Braves to be this terrible all season.
Jesus, yeah.
That almost doesn't seem possible.
Because I think I picked Atlanta to win their division. But looking out the next week. Oh God, Martinez is tonight.
Yep.
Shit. All right. Well, if the offense is staying hot, he could just give up 4 runs in the first 2 innings, get pulled, and then we can come back, kind of like we did last night.
So actually, real quick, give your take on the next week, and then I want to say something about last night's game. Actually, I kind of forgot about, but.
So let's see. That's end of the. It will be the end of the Miami series because that's at 1 o'clock next Wednesday. I will go optimistically say we will win one of the 2 Seattle games remaining, probably the one with Singer if he can go back to those first 2 outings. And then I think we'll take at least 2 out of 3 against Miami and Baltimore. So that's what, 4, 5, and 8, 5 and 3 in 8 games.
How is there going to be 8 games between now and Wednesday?
No, are we not counting tonight's game?
I mean, oh, it's an early Wednesday game. Okay,
Yeah, that's
okay.
all.
My bad. You're right. Okay. Well, I agree about one of the remaining 2 Seattle games. I don't want for us to be where Baltimore gets right, but it'll be tough. See, I don't see us sweeping Baltimore, but it's hard for me to foresee a Green loss with how great he's been. Just give him 2 runs and he'll win the game. Freaking, in Lodolo, he doesn't normally put together bad outings in a row. Now, it hasn't gotten warm yet. And that could be part of it, why he doesn't really have his stuff yet. But I don't see a bunch of bad Lodolo starts happening. But also, I think that'd be crazy to say 8-0 or 7-1. That just sounds crazy.
That would be winning. What that? If you said 8-0, that's 12 wins in a row.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't even want to talk about that.
Right.
And we don't have to sweep teams. All we got to do is just win the series.
Yeah, I guess I'll say that we'll lose 1 to Baltimore and 1 to Seattle. So that would mean 6-2.
Oh, you got a sweeping Miami.
Yeah.
All right.
I need to destroy Miami and Colorado.
Oh, that's just because you don't like Miami at all, do you?
No. They're just not good.
Oh.
I mean, they're 3rd in the division, but it's early. That doesn't mean anything. They're not good. So yeah, we just need to crush them.
Yeah. Or save and then save some of the bats coming back home, because I hate St. Louis. So
I do too. That is for sure. We will talk about that more next week. I guess maybe the last thing I have to say about the season so far is maybe 2 last things. I'm very happy that at least for a little while the Giants were the best team in baseball and the Reds were the only team that had beaten them. That was kind of cool for like the first week and a half. That's over though. And then I heard this today while I was listening to Off the Bench, and I just thought it was kind of a crazy stat, that the Cubs don't play another game. Let me check their schedule to be 100%.
all right, let me find it too.
The Cubs don't play another game that starts after 8. I guess they have 1 against Milwaukee. They don't play like another game that starts after 8 until August or whatever. I heard that earlier, and I was like, that's crazy. They played all of their West Coast games already.
No, there's 2 in May. Back to back. Well, that's Colorado. Are you talking about at home?
Well, maybe I was lied to by Chatterbox, by Off the Bench. I don't know. But I was talking to my buddy today who is a Cubs fan, and he was very excited about that when I told him. He was like, I haven't been able to watch a Cubs game yet this season. Everything starts at 9 or 11 o'clock at night because they've already played almost all of their
that's wrong too, because I was thinking if it was home, but they got 2 games against the Pirates that are 8 o'clock that are home too. So I don't know what the hell they're talking about in Chatterbox.
I don't know. Guess they're off the wall with that one.
Yeah. Did we just fact check them?
They did.
And it's good to see. I mean, their run differential. Let me see if it's come down at all since the last time I looked. I don't want.
I tell you what, it's a big hit for them to lose Justin Steele for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Was it Tommy John or just a
it's
random elbow?
A flexor tendon in his elbow.
Yeah, it doesn't sound comfortable.
Nope.
They are still plus 38 in their run differential.
Okay, so that's come down a little bit. They were in the 40s.
They've been hitting bombs.
Yeah, Nico Horner and Dansby Swanson have been really, and Kyle Tucker, the kid that Houston never really utilized. I bet Houston wants him back now because they are.
Yeah, Kyle Tucker, 5 home runs on the season so far. Already 8 doubles.
That's probably more than some teams.
Pete Crow Armstrong, 6 doubles himself.
Yeah, when is the first time we play them?
In a few weeks, I'm pretty sure.
Because that's. I mean, I hate the Cardinals and I hate the Brewers, but the Cubs this year is looking kind of.
May 23rd.
Oh,
it's actually going to be a while.
All right, we played Cleveland before we played them.
Cincinnati. That first series.
Ooh, that's
Friday,
a firework Friday. We could go to that.
Saturday, Sunday. I was going to say. I'm probably going to go to a record number of Reds games this year. I mean, at least record for me.
I was about to say my record was that year, the year before COVID. I went to 20 in one season. They were that bad. And tickets were cheap.
Send you a
I should have got something for that. I should have. I mean, I kept them in. I kept that seat warm. All right. So, yeah, you said 6-2. I said 5-1.
There's 8 games. Remember?
Yeah.
How could we be 5-1?
Oh, crap. Oh, I said 5-3.
All right.
Because I got us losing one in each series. All right, so.
Does that mean we're off to basketball?
Are we off to basketball, or do we want to move to the things in a hat? Because I do have some basketball things in the bag.
We can do whatever.
All right.
Whatever we're doing, Jared.
All right, so we got, well, you know what? You know Easter's this weekend.
Okay.
So
right.
I don't have an Easter basket. I've got a red bag.
A red Reds bag.
A red Reds bag. So we've got, and here, I'll even let you be the one to pull out.
Oh, fun.
The stuff. Don't look at it.
Oh.
Oh, you pull.
I didn't really look.
Okay.
But I just kind of. Trivia 1?
Trivia 1. All right. So Jim and Leanne sat down last night and did 10 trivia questions for us. So I don't know these answers too. So we'll work together because it's all listing stuff.
Oh, all right. So I got to read.
So you read the question. I've got the answers in this envelope.
All right.
All right. I don't remember.
Can you name the top 10 passing leaders in Bengals history? All right. That one shouldn't be too hard.
You name them, I'll write them.
Andy Dalton. Boomer. Ken Anderson. Carson Palmer. I feel like he was probably there long enough.
Yeah. I'll say Joe Burrow.
I don't think he's been around long enough yet.
I'll say Burrow.
So I said that shouldn't be too hard. It's going 10
2,
deep.
3, 4, 5. We're halfway there.
Going 10 deep. That's really the problem.
Was Fitzpatrick there long enough?
Dude, he barely played.
Oh.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Oh, Jeff Blake, maybe?
Okay.
Yeah.
Jeff Blake.
I like Jeff Blake.
I'm gonna go out on a stretch. I'll go John Kitna.
I feel like that's wrong, but I don't know. Dude,
We got 7.
I can't think anyone else that would have played long enough.
What was that quarterback they drafted? Smith something.
Achilles Smith? Did he play long enough?
Did he? I knew he was a bust, but did he play long enough?
I don't think he did.
Okay.
I don't think I can go 10, but I bet most of those guys are on the list.
All right, so we can't go 10, so let's see what the answer is. Shit, I didn't know I needed to bring a letter opener. All right. Oh, God, Mom wrote these, so it's small cursive. All right, so we'll go from 1 to 10. We got Ken Anderson, Andy Dalton, Boomer Esiason, Carson Palmer, Joe Burrow. Is 5th already?
Yeah, I thought because of injuries that he wouldn't be there yet.
Jeff Blake is 6. John Kitna is 7.
Okay. So those were
So
our
we got the 7.
guesses.
Oh, my God. John Kitna is 7th with 10,701 passing yards. 8th is at 3,880.
I see, and that's my thing. I was like, I don't know anyone else that has.
David Klingler?
Okay, he might have been 90s or earlier. That's a guy I've heard my dad talk about. Heard my dad talk about him.
Virgil Carter? And Turk Schonert? I can't read cursive that well.
I don't know.
All right, so we got the top 7. I guess that's all that matters. We got everybody that threw for over 10,000 passing yards for the Bengals. All right, I'll reach into the bag and we will see what we come up with. We'll kind of save the basketball ones towards the end because that can tie into basketball. All right, this one says the Bengals. What do the Cincinnati Bengals need in the draft, positional-wise or upgrade to certain positions?
Okay. So we need. Actually, I will see if I can pull up Mel Kiper's 3-round mock because I actually really like that.
I guess we do have to start looking at the draft in a couple weeks because that's what, end of May?
Yes, sometime in May, pretty sure. So I think it's got to be like emphasizing on defense specifically with the two things that I do really want offensively. I want another running back and we need a guard. But if the Bengals were somehow able to go out and I don't think that's what I wanted. That is most certainly not what I wanted. If the Bengals are able to go out and really improve the defense here in the draft, because for example, is it not going to let me go and look at it? I can go and look at it on my phone. Oh, maybe I'm not going to look at that. Anyways, so his 3-round mock draft had the Bengals taking I think it was Walter Nolan in the first, and then in the second it was Xavier. He's a safety from Notre Dame. And then in the 3rd round, let me see if I can pull it up on my phone.
Xavier Watts?
Yeah, Xavier Watts. There you go. What did it say? I knew it was like a short last name, but I couldn't think of what it was. And then the 3rd guy was Jack Sawyer. And that would be fantastic if the Bengals could go and add that much, really.
Was that all defense?
That's all defense.
Okay, I didn't know about the first guy.
Walter Nolan, he's a defensive tackle from Ole Miss.
Okay.
Could definitely use a big, powerful guy that could stuff things up in the middle, help out there. Jack Sawyer, we need all the help we can get out of pass rush, and I don't think he's the world's greatest prospect, but I don't know. I think he's maybe 10 or 15% better than Sam Hubbard was when he came out, and the only problem with Sam Hubbard is we just ended up paying him too much for the value that he's given us the last couple of years. Early Sam Hubbard was good. Mm-hmm. It's just he hasn't been the same Sam Hubbard over the last couple of seasons. And so I think Jack Sawyer, like I said, 10, 15, maybe 20% better than that. I really like having. I would love to be able to get him in like the third round. I feel like that'd be a really good pick. So definitely got to lean on defense, but are gonna have to find a backup running back and a tackle, or excuse me, and a guard, because just have to continue to try and improve the line to protect Burrow. Like, and then if the defense can just take a couple of steps forward, like, regardless, the offense, as long as Burrow's healthy, is going to be amazing. Top 5 offense in the league. If the defense can just not be terrible. It sounds like a lot of the things I said about the Reds.
It's a Cincinnati thing?
Yeah, it's a Cincinnati thing. If one side can be average and the other side cannot...
just not suck.
Well, excuse me, I guess what I said that wrong. If one side can be great, the pitching or the quarterback and the offense, if that can be great in Cincinnati, then and the other and the rest of the team just not be terrible, it's a recipe for success for the Reds and for the Bengals. So,
all right. I was about to say, you want to draw the next one?
It's trivia 3.
All right, Andy's picking all the trivia ones.
I guess.
All right, what do we got to do this time?
Name the 13 Triple Crown winners. Is it 13?
Oh, hell.
That looks like 13.
Yeah.
About baseball?
No. Talking about horse racing.
I have no chance. No
All right.
chance.
I might, I don't know if I can get all 13.
I know what, Secretariat?
There you go.
That's the one I know. There was one that did it a couple years ago or something, right?
Justify.
Oh, okay. There you go. I didn't know that.
American Pharaoh.
Oh, okay. When you say that one, I remember American Pharaoh.
Seattle Slew.
Jared knows his horses.
I do. I bet on him enough. I should know him.
I don't.
Affirmed. Citation was one. War Admiral. Sir Barton was the first one. Sir Barton. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? I've got 8. Am I missing anything? I mean, obviously I'm missing, but I'm trying to think of any ones else that I can
I'm very impressed.
try to think of. I'm not going to waste too much time thinking about it. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 8 out of 13.
Jared got 7 out of 13. I had 1.
I would have had Secretariat, but it's a joint effort. Get this damn thing out of here. All right, so Sir Barton, never heard of Gallant Fox. I had heard of Omaha. War Admiral, I got. Some of these horses' names are, what the hell were they thinking? Whirl Away.
Is Omaha owned by Peyton Manning?
No, because I think that one was like in the 1930s. So I don't think Peyton's dad might have been born, but that was it. Count Fleet, see, one that got that. Assault, ooh. Citation, I did get everything from citation to current. So 8 out of 13 is not bad.
All right, well that's...
I'll just let you keep drawing. We're going big again?
This was a small one. This is a mix.
Next. Do you want to mix in talking about basketball, or you just want to wait until the end? It's up to you.
If you want, we can wait.
We'll just wait till the end.
All right.
I was about to say, you watch, you're going to pull the Knicks out again.
Nah. Well, that's the Pistons, so.
All right.
Trivia 8.
Ooh, 8.
How many trivia is it? You said 10.
10. All right. Trivia 8.
Name the top 10 Reds home run hitters all time.
All-time home run hitters.
Yeah.
All right.
So Votto, got to be on there somewhere.
Votto.
Uh,
Bench.
Griffey.
Yeah. Junior, right?
One of them.
I'll say Junior. I don't think both. I don't think Griffey Senior had a lot of power. Oh,
Bruce.
Oh yeah, I said Adam Dunn. He was home runner, strikeout. Bruce. I wrote Bruce down. I feel like Bruce is on there. We're halfway there. Trying to think if there's anybody old that might have done it.
I feel like there's.
Yeah, I'll
gotta be shooting back like some ways.
I'll say Klozinski. I mean, he was the guy that didn't have sleeves. So.
Oh, okay. Is it Eric Davis? Is that maybe? Or was he just speed?
I feel like he was just speed. Maybe George Foster. He did win an MVP with the Reds.
See, I almost said George Foster, but
Foster. Let's see, that's 5, 6, 7. Oh, Let's try.
Going all of top 10s is tough.
It is. And I feel like that's what most of these are going to be. Perez?
See, dude, I haven't looked at old Reds outside of Pete Rose. I haven't looked at
that
old
he ain't
Red
on there. He
stat
did not
sheets
hit a lot
in
of home runs.
forever. I know, but I'm just saying I haven't looked at old Red stat sheets in a while. Who's the guy? And I don't think he's there. Who was the guy that broke the bat on his own back?
Klozinski. Ted Klozinski.
Nah. He did it in the World Series against the.
Oh, I don't think it was for the Reds.
Yeah, he did it in the World Series against the A's. Gary Bragg. Was it not Gary? Glenn Bragg?
Oh, maybe.
I think that's his name.
Glenn Braggs.
Yeah. I don't know if he's there, but probably not because I just saw one of his season stats and it said 8 home runs.
Oh, never mind.
Well,
how long did he play for Cincinnati?
oh, I hate how sometimes it combines a major and. Yeah, dude,
I'm gonna put down Frank Robinson.
Okay. Oh yeah. I feel like he is on there.
6, 7, 8. I only have 8. You want to put Davis down? I'll put Davis down.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So we got 8 out of 9 or 8 out of 10. So we've got. All right. Bench was first with 389. Votto second, Frank Robinson third, Tony Perez fourth, Adam Dunn, Ted Klozinski, George Foster, Jay Bruce, Ken Griffey Jr., Eric Davis. I said Perez, but I didn't write him down. I'm going to say we got all 10.
Wait, so.
Yeah.
Oh, you said we had 8. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, okay.
I wrote Davis, but yeah. So yeah, I'm going to say we got all 10.
There you
Yeah.
go.
All right, that one was challenging. What's that
You
one?
can kind of tell what they are in the bag. This is trivia 9.
9. All right. Oh God. So we've had horse racing and Reds. So that's it.
And Bengals.
Oh, we did have the Bengals.
That's 2 Bengals.
What was the second one? Oh, this one.
Oh, whoops. It's easier to read if I flip it the right way.
You can't read upside down?
I can, but. Oh, can you name. Oh, Jesus.
Reds?
Can you name the top 10 Cincinnati Reds hits.
Hits?
Yeah.
Okay.
Reds hits. So
Rose is one.
Yep. Votto's in the 3K club, right? Or did he not get there?
He did. Bench has got to be there.
Perez.
Perez, I'd say.
That's another one. Eric Davis got hurt a lot.
Yeah.
So I feel like he's not.
I'm going to say Concepcion, because he played a majority of his career with Cincinnati.
Yep.
Dunn didn't, Bruce didn't, Klazuski didn't, maybe Foster?
How long did Brandon Phillips actually play for the Reds? Because it felt like my whole life, but...
We can put Phillips. Because he was there for a while, I feel like. I'm going old school. Vada Pinson.
I don't even know if I've ever heard of that guy.
Really? Oh, he was. He kind of would. His hits were more slap hits. Like he'd hit him running out of the box and it'd bloop over shit.
How many is that? Is that 7?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Oh, hell. I don't know why he just came to me so late. Barry Larkin played every game for Cincinnati.
Okay. Wait, do we have Tony Perez on there?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, he played 13 seasons for the Reds.
Oh, yeah, then you're just there by default. You should be.
Because I'm just trying to look up how long dudes played for us.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can't, nothing else is standing out to me. Maybe one of the bobbleheads we have over there. See if you can pick the right one.
Sabo?
Yeah.
Really?
Maybe.
Did he?
I don't know. Did he play long? I mean, the glasses never went anywhere. Those things, you could build a house on top of them.
I feel like George Foster might be on there.
Okay. Foster.
Because did he play for anyone else?
I think didn't we trade him to, I feel like we traded him to Baltimore or somebody, but he did play.
He played most of his career for
Yeah.
us. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. We traded him to the Mets.
Mets. Let's see, we need
9.
That's 9. We need one more. A longevity guy. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I can just put.
Oh, you did ask about Sabo, and I didn't check that.
Oh, I was about to say if anything, I mean, Bruce did play there for 8, 9 years. I'm going to start opening.
It's definitely not Chris Sabo.
Not Sabo. All right, I'll just write Bruce then because I know he was a 10-year.
Actually, you even brought Sabo up. It's funny.
I didn't know how long he played there. I didn't. That was before I was born. All right. Obviously, Pete Rose 1. Barry Larkin was 2. Dave Concepcion was 3. Who the fuck is Bid McPhee?
That's reaching back in the.
Yep. Joey Votto, Johnny Bench, Tony Perez, Vada Pinson, Ed Roush. No, the hell that was. And Brandon Phillips at 10.
Hey,
all right. So we didn't get 2 out of there. All right, not too bad. Which one is that one?
6.
6. 6, 6, 6. All right.
Well, no, let's not go there.
Oh, God, I said too many. Shit.
What Cincinnati Reds have struck out the most all time?
Oh, well, hell.
Jay
then.
Bruce.
Jay Bruce. I'm going to say Adam Dunn. Probably Johnny Bench and Pete Rose. I mean, if you're leading the league in hits or team in hits, you're probably striking out a lot too. Joey Votto.
Wait, is that most strikeout? Has struck out the most all time?
Probably struck out the most.
Okay.
Yeah, swinging.
But also, I'm assuming it's a top 10, but it doesn't have a number.
All right, hell, I'm gonna look at the first one, and to make sure. So I mean, I don't want to start naming batters, and we got to strike out. How many pitchers we got to strike had strikeouts? All right, Joey Votto's number one, so it's strikeout. Batter striking out.
How many are on there?
10.
10? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, did it not say 10?
It didn't say
Okay.
10. Yeah, so that's.
I got 5. Like you said, Bruce Dunn. I got Bench, Rose, and Votto. Probably Barry Larkin then, if he was second in hits.
I don't know if he played. I don't feel like he played for us long enough, but he struck out a lot. Eugenio.
Oh, yes, he did.
Eugenio.
Strikeout. Oh, he was strikeout Suarez. Yeah, he's got to be on there.
Hey, he either strikes out or the
Hits a
ball
grand
is
slam.
That's what, 7?
7. I mean, we could put Perez and Concepcion there.
I feel like a lot of these guys are the same. Billy Hamilton wasn't around long enough, was he?
No, but he's probably up there. So is Drew Stubbs. 9. We got 9. Need one more. Because Morgan didn't play long enough to be in the top 10 of anything.
Name them again.
We got Bruce Dunn, Bench, Rose, Votto, Larkin, Suarez, Perez, Concepcion.
See, I don't feel like Suarez is actually there long enough, but I love that guy. So the fact that he struck out a lot of.
Phillips? Maybe Phillips?
I thought that he was good at the plate. I don't feel like he was there for a while.
That's the only thing I'm thinking of. I'm just trying to think of longevity.
Maybe? I don't know, dude. That's a tough one.
All right. 1 was Votto. God, 1,640 strikeouts in his career.
And he was patient.
Yeah. Perez was 2nd, Bench was 3rd, Dunn 4th, Bruce 5th, Concepcion 6th, 7th Pete Rose, 8th Suarez, 9 Brandon Phillips. We got all 10. George Foster.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Go Eugenio.
Yeah.
5.
5. Oh, I was about to
We might
open
not
it.
even get to basketball.
Yeah, well. If anything, we just don't air it on here and I'll just put it on YouTube.
All right.
All right. What is that?
Top 10 winningest franchise is in MLB history.
MLB.
But is that winning percentage or is that trophies?
I would probably say just wins. Because if it's trophies, I don't think there's been 10 different World Series winners. It feels like with the Yankees having 30.
27. But no, there's been more than 10.
I feel like it'd probably be
playing
win.
baseball for 100,000 years, Jared.
156 is what the Reds are at, I think.
Yeah, so.
So I'm going to go with probably just all-time wins, like games won.
Okay. So we're talking teams that have been around a long time.
So probably the Reds are. I'd hope they're in the top 10 if you're the oldest Major League Baseball
But
team.
wait, if it's winning percentage. I don't know. This one's kind of.
All right, we'll skip that one and come back.
All right. That one's treacherous.
Or I can just look at it and we.
Sure. Just look at it. It'll say.
It was just straight up wins. Giants are first with 11,000 553. Dodgers second, Cubs third, Braves fourth, Reds fifth, Pittsburgh 6th, Yankees 7, Cardinals 8, Phillies 9, and the Boston Red Sox are 10.
Hey, both my teams are in there.
All right, what's that one?
7.
7?
Or was that 7?
No, that was 5.
That was 5.
5
So
or 6.
7.
7.
Can you name the 11 U.S. cities that have all 4 sports teams?
All right, so
New York,
New York,
Boston.
Boston, L.A.
Yep, L.A. Houston. No, they don't.
They don't have
Dallas.
hockey. Dallas.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Chicago, right? Yeah.
I got to think of hockey teams. That's what's slowing me down.
Salt Lake City. No, they don't have football. My bad.
They don't have baseball either.
Oh, that's right. Oh, what you call it? They're getting ready to move to Vegas. I'm sorry. Wrong desert city.
It will be Vegas eventually.
Yeah.
No, they still
Wait,
need it.
No, Arizona just lost their hockey team.
Yeah, that's St. Louis. Or,
Minnesota.
yeah, the Wild in hockey.
Uh,
Or Minneapolis. I guess that's what it would be.
well, regardless, you knew what I meant.
Yeah.
And
No,
what?
they don't have basketball.
Oh, you're right. Miami. Which cities down in Florida has hockey?
Tampa, and I feel like Florida is in Miami. The Florida Panthers are in Miami.
So yeah, okay. That's what? 8?
8.
2 more? 3 more, my bad. You said Boston and New York, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Philly.
Flyers.
Pittsburgh doesn't have
9.
basketball.
Nope.
Oh, what's that last?
2 more.
Or, yeah, my bad. Last 2.
Okay, now let me just think of hockey. That's the hard part, hockey. Oh. DC.
Oh, yeah, okay. St. Louis? No, they don't have football anymore. My bad.
What basketball do they have?
Oh, that's true too.
That's why I went basketball. I did.
That was funny. Or are they counting Vegas? Because they're not there yet.
Vegas doesn't even have a basketball yet.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry, I'm just trying to think.
Yeah. San Francisco? No, they don't have hockey. Where would
Carolina? Because it's the Bobcats?
No baseball.
Wow, yeah.
Atlanta.
Denver!
Denver?
It's Denver! I'm looking at logos. That's all I'm doing. I'm not looking at logos bunched together. I'm just looking at logos. I was just going through them, and I just saw the Avalanche, and I was like, oh, that's the one!
LA, Denver, Minneapolis, Dallas, Chicago, Detroit, Miami, Philly, DC, New York, and Boston. Yep. All right, let's see what else we got. We got 3 more trivia, and then I think the rest is basketball. 10. Last one.
Oh, a giant pile of eggs over here. And paper.
What are we naming?
What years have the Reds won the World Series? 75, 90. The Big Red Machine, they won 2 or 3? 2. So it was what, 72 or was it 73? 74?
Nope. Back to back.
Oh, 76?
Yep.
Okay. I know they have 5.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when the other ones happened.
And the thing is, I'm trying to think of I'm looking at the visitors' dugout because they're all right there on top. Each year is the pennant.
I feel like there's a 2 in there.
A 2?
Either a 02 or a 20.
No, 90 was the last one.
No, but it could have been 1902 or something. I don't know.
Oh, there was one.
Was there a 1912 maybe? So that for some reason I feel like there's a 2 somewhere.
I think, because I learned this at trivia, the 1919 World Series we played the White Sox and that was that Black Sox game or whatever.
So 1919.
I'm going to say 1919.
That's all I got.
So we're missing one. So let's see, pick, because 1919 I think was the first one. So between well, it wasn't 20 because we've only went back to back once. So 1921 to 1973, and the Big Red Machine were the only ones that won it then. So between the 1920s and 1950s. I'm not gonna.
I actually looked it up because I was curious, and I was like, I have no clue. It's 1940.
Okay.
Yeah. I had no guess on that at all. 4.
I keep wanting to grab it and open it because I feel like that's the question. All right. So we've done baseball and.
Can you name the top winningest NFL franchises? I guess that's gonna probably be
like the baseball one. So I think the Packers have the most wins all time.
the
Lions.
The Browns. Or wait, the early stats count for Baltimore, don't they?
Yeah. So I don't think the Browns then. I feel like the Steelers are probably there.
It feels right. San Fran?
49ers, yeah.
The Bills? And they went to like 7 Super Bowls in the 90s or something.
They went to 4 straight, but
yeah.
Bills, yeah, I can see that because they've never really like been horrible.
And they were in the early 2000s, but
I kind of feel like Chicago was there.
yeah.
The Bears. We got 4 more to get to 10.
Is Dallas one of those?
See, they were good in chunks. They've not just been consistent. So I don't feel like.
They also really haven't been bad in our lifetimes. I mean, there's
No, I mean 800 or
bad,
500.
and mostly they've been 500 or better.
Cowboys, yeah.
I wish that wasn't true, but the Eagles, I mean, they got what, 3? Is it just 2 or 3 Super Bowls?
3 now.
3?
No, 2. Sorry.
Who's got the most Super Bowls?
New England, but they were horrible before.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, obviously New England, the Steelers.
We said Steelers in Baltimore or San Francisco.
The Niners, yeah.
Arizona's been around forever.
Arizona, then? Yeah, sure. Why not?
I'm just trying to think of longevity, or not longevity, but like early on.
That's a stretch. I don't
Washington? 1, 2.
Maybe.
That'll give us 10.
Okay.
Oh, it's a big piece of paper. All right, so let's see. I was right. Packers are 1 with 810. Chicago at 798. The Giants at 724. Damn.
I should have known the Giants.
Steelers at 681. Washington at 641. Eagles at 638. Niners at 630. Rams at 624. Lions at 606 and the Cardinals at 593. So we were wrong with the Bills and the Cowboys
And we missed the Rams.
and the Giants. All right. Last one, or last trivia one, I guess.
I don't even have to pull it.
Oh. What's
Well,
the question? I was about to say you got another question. I can't.
My bad.
I mean, I'll know the answers and you'll have to guess yourself.
It's been a long day, Jared.
All right.
We're doing Jeopardy style for the last
All right. What is?
one. Can you name the top 10 NASCAR winners? That's a Jared.
Oh, I think I can.
Jimmy Johnson.
I think I can even do it in order.
Martin Truex.
No.
No, I just said that because him and his dad both race, right? Or him and his son both race or whatever.
Not yet. His son.
No. Oh, Martin Truex Jr. is the current racer?
Well, he just retired last year, but yeah.
I thought that was. Well, yeah. So his dad didn't race?
Mm-mm.
I thought like his dad.
Are you thinking of the Elliots?
Dude,
Chase
I don't
and
know.
Bill?
I don't know anything about NASCAR.
We talked about like for a month last year, and that was it.
Yeah, I know, and that's about all. I know.
Jeff Gordon. Bobby Allison. 85. Darrell Waltrip. 84. Jimmy. I think at 84, you got Cale Yarborough. I'm not even going to try to get the numbers anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Kyle Busch is up there. I believe Harvick is still there unless he dropped off at the end. All right. Let's see if I'm right. Richard Petty, David Pearson, Jeff Gordon, Bobby Allison, Darrell Waltrip, Jimmy Johnson, Cale Yarborough, Dale Earnhardt, Kyle Busch, and Kevin Harvick.
That's so funny. Jared knew me. All right.
All right, so I think that really leaves
Teams.
just basketball teams left in
Yeah.
there. I don't think there's anything in it. You just got to read the name on the front, and we'll talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Orlando.
Well, they played Boston first, so I don't think they have a good shot at title.
I don't think they have a good shot at the title either. That being said, it's possible it could be a fun series because they're a really good defensive team.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they could have the size to give Boston trouble. I don't think it actually will happen. I think
Is Kristaps like healthy now? Because I felt like there was times he wasn't.
I don't know.
Okay.
Just you only need him sometimes. Like, I'm picking Boston in the series 4-1. But they do have, like, Pablo is he's such a freak. I like watching that guy play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, you know, there's, like, stretch forwards and stuff, and stretch bigs and point forwards and whatnot. He's, like, one of my favorite stretch bigs to watch because he is a legitimate big.
Mm-hmm.
Right, like, he's a lot like Jokic, but Jokic is just good offensively. And he's not terrible defensively, but, like, I don't know. He can kind of move like a wing, but he's also 6'10", and, you know, he's very smooth for his size. I like watching Pablo play a lot. I don't think that they'll have enough, but they have a lot of length defensively.
Right.
So
And if he wasn't hurt for what, 2 months, they're not playing Boston in the first round.
yeah, probably not. That's for sure. So I don't think things are going to go too well for them in the playoffs. But they're young and they should keep getting better.
Mm-hmm.
Golden State.
Who do they play first?
So they
Rockets.
Yeah, they play the Rockets because they won last night.
Did you watch any of that game?
I watched like the first half. I fell asleep.
Oh. I didn't watch, like you said, I watched, I think, through the third quarter, but I guess it got, something must have happened. I don't know what happened, but Ja got ejected.
Oh yeah, I might have to look into that. That's interesting.
But they were down 20 at one point.
Yeah, they were.
And they came, or Memphis was down 20 and came back in a flurry.
Warriors were on fire in the first half.
And yeah.
I'm almost shocked when I look at the box score because, I mean, it was Jimmy Butler and all the others that were doing everything when I was watching. Steph didn't really do much. Frickin', he had a really slow start to the game, but the others didn't do anything. Gary Payton had 11. Gary Payton had 12. Quentin Post had 11. And then Moses Moody had 9, and no one else really gave anything. Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry did it all, 37 and 38 apiece. And they went to the line a combined 31 times.
Damn.
Jimmy Butler, dude, he just looked like playoff Jimmy last night.
Mm-hmm.
With all that being said, I don't know how far this Warriors team can go because are those two guys gonna give you 75 a night? Because if so, maybe they
if
can go
they
far.
do, yeah.
But they're gonna need help from other places, and Pods is probably gonna play better, but he's also really young, and was 1 of 5, 1 of 7 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3. I don't know. It doesn't feel like they got enough around those two guys to be able to make a push, but the Warriors. I just feel like they will have a early exit. So they're playing who? Houston. I could see them beating Houston because Houston is young and they don't have I like what Houston's got, but they don't have a lot of experience. I don't know if they got the capability to in crunch time to be able to beat guys like Steph and Jimmy Butler right now. They're deep as hell though, and they Ime is there, so they're going to play good defense. So we'll see how that works out. I'm very interested for that series. I will go.
I'll say Warriors in 6.
I'll come back to that one.
All right.
That one's interesting for me. The Clippers.
Where are they at? They are. Oh, they're playing Denver. If Kawhi can stay healthy, I feel like it can be a series. But I mean, that and James Harden can't shrink like he has in so many playoff games before. He can't get small.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with that.
I think the Nuggets will win the series.
Dude, the West just seems so much more complicated.
Yeah, the East. We haven't pulled an East team yet. Oh, we did the Magic.
Kawhi Leonard is out or is back right now, and he's looking good. And the Nuggets, it just doesn't seem like they have enough help. And with firing, we haven't even talked about the fact that they fired their GM and Mike Malone.
Yeah.
11 days before the playoffs. I mean, that just doesn't sit right with me.
Mm-hmm.
And
they just won a championship, 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm going to take the Clippers in the series. It feels weird that Jokic might win another MVP and go out in the first round. But, I mean, and I totally understand firing the GM. They lost Bruce Brown and who's the other guy off the bench? They lost Bruce Brown and KCP, not off the bench. But they lost those two guys, and they really haven't done anything to replace them. And Jeff Green. Yeah, there you go. There's the 3 guys I was thinking about. And they haven't really done much to replace them. Christian Braun has matured into a starter and whatnot. But now you're missing 3 big bench pieces that they could use. So I understand firing the GM, but firing the coach.
At least wait. I mean, you got to wait until the end of the season for that.
I don't like it. Especially
if you're not going to do it.
Especially when Mike Malone will probably have a job in 5 days.
I was about to say, once all the teams fire their coaches that didn't make it. I mean, hell,
And as
he
soon
can go
as
to
they can
Phoenix
hire coaches.
because Phoenix just fired Budenholzer after what?
In the
That was 1 year.
first year, yes, they owe him $40 million.
Jesus God.
But also, with the reports I was hearing, him and Booker didn't get along well, and then also, I guess Bradley Beal got really mad at the fact that Budenholzer told him he wanted him to play like Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday has 2 titles. He didn't want to. He didn't want to play really good defense and
Which is what Drew does.
be the third option. I guess. Hey, whatever.
Which I can make which makes
but
that makes sense because I mean at the trade deadline everybody's available except for Booker. So if the organization's behind Booker and Booker doesn't like the coach, then I guess you're out the door.
Yeah, I just feel like Bud got the short end of the stick, but he's gonna make a lot of money.
Oh yeah, and he'll be somewhere else.
Yeah.
Probably. It'd be funny if he stays in the West or in their division and just can beat him every time he plays them.
That would be pretty great. Next team I got is the Pistons.
Oh, now I gotta go back.
What in the hell has happened?
I
How
don't
did
know.
the Pistons? I mean, they've tripled their wins, quadrupled their
I
wins.
think they
from last
had
season or
finished
something?
with 18
Hang on.
last
I'm
year.
Pulling it up.
Okay. It wasn't many. I don't think they broke 20.
It wasn't many.
I don't think they broke 20.
But go ahead and talk about the Pistons.
But yeah, I mean, I love the turnaround. I mean, Cunningham has been playing good.
They were 14-68.
Oh, geez, they didn't even get to 15. I like the turnaround. Is it too early for them? If they weren't playing the Knicks in the first round, I think it'd be too early for them. But what does Tom Thibodeau's teams do in the first round of the playoffs?
See, I don't necessarily agree with what you're insinuating. You're saying that they're going to be broken down. They break down in the later stages normally, in my opinion. That being said, Brunson is already banged up. That's not good for them.
Mm-hmm.
44 and 38. They tripled their wins.
And still barely finished above 500.
They more than tripled their wins.
Yeah. Who's the coach?
Because 14 times 3 is 42.
Yeah.
They had 44 wins. That's awesome. I am not sure who their coach is.
It's not Nick Nurse, is it?
No, he's in Philly, right?
Okay.
JB Bickerstaff.
The guy from Cleveland last year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Cleveland didn't fire him because he was a bad coach. They fired him because it was like he brought them so far, and it kind of seemed as though the voice got stale. You know, he brought them
Nick Nurse is Philly.
to the point. Yeah, that's what I thought. He brought him as far as he could without the message getting old, and they moved on from him. And then,
Okay.
yeah, they didn't fire him because he was a bad coach. It just
Couldn't take him
kind of
anywhere.
ran his course.
I like the Pistons here in an upset, I feel.
Sorry, I'm just looking at everything, gathering it together. It just feels like it's a year early for the Pistons.
And I can agree with that too.
It could be a very competitive series, though.
Yeah. I think it could go. It could very easily go 6 or 7.
Who did the Knicks play in the playoffs last year, where it was like the home and away? It was blowouts every single game. I could almost see that happening, like it just being. I'm pretty sure it was the Knicks. They went to Philly and just got dog walked, and then
Indiana.
it was the Knicks and Indy. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. It was just 7 blowouts or whatever. It was all ugly.
It was 7. It did go 7.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I could see it being a lot like that. As long as it's fun basketball, I'm here. I will go Knicks in 6.
okay.
Oh, fitting. It's green.
I did that on purpose. I feel, I'll go first because you're going to go on a tangent. I feel like Boston as long as they can stay, oh, hold on, that's not wood. As long as Boston can stay healthy, I feel like they can go back to back.
Me too. I don't think that there are teams that can compete with us. The fact that the East is healthy this year, it should be a much more difficult road. But I still think that we are just better than everybody else. And when Kristaps is healthy, I just feel like there's another gear that this team can kick it into that we haven't really we haven't needed to kick it into, and we haven't really gotten a chance to, with the fact that I saw a stat a week or so ago that the starting lineups only played 20 games together this year. Guys are missing time here and there and everywhere, and the Celtics are still.
Detroit was 3-0 against New York this year. I was looking that up while you were talking.
Gotcha. But like I said, Celtics were missing had people missing games everywhere, and all the time, and they're 61-21. So
yeah, so I think they might have a couple games getting to the Eastern Conference Finals, presumably against Cleveland, and I think that'll be.
Cleveland's size is really the thing that kind of scares me a little bit, because with Allen and Mobley down there, Mobley has been a different dude this year, and he has shades of KG, and if he can lock things down, he can make things a lot more difficult. But I just think the Celtics are going to beat him at the end of the day. That could be a very entertaining series, though.
Hopefully that one goes 7.
6 or 7. Yeah. So, into the bag. Oh, this is more baseball.
What is it?
Hunter's Hot.
Oh, I forgot. I put some of those in there last night. All right, yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah, Hunter Green, he's phenomenal. He's retired 17 batters in a row, or 18. I forget what it is. He's a sub-1 ERA.
17 straight.
17 straight. All right. Like I said, he'd be undefeated, or he'd be undefeated if he could have the run support.
And this is that I've been seeing since his last start. He's thrown that slider is deadly. Everyone knew that, but he's thrown that slider 112 times so far this season, and batters are 0-29 against it. Only player in the MLB to throw over 100 plus pitches, over 100 plus of a single pitch, and to allow no hits.
All right.
It just kind of goes along. I wish I would have known about that. That one kind of goes along with my Hunter stat, with the Hunter stats I was talking about earlier.
We don't have to talk about the draft.
Rory's Masters, he got his Triple Crown.
Yeah. Grand Slam.
Yeah. Grand Slam, yeah, there you go, my bad.
We'll save the draft for another show.
Trouble in Tennessee?
Oh! Did you not see that? Oh!
Oh,
Yeah. Sorry, dude. Just because your dad wants you to get more money, you got kicked off the team.
Hey, the market for him will be hot, though. There will be plenty of money.
Oh, I saw there was 2 teams. It was North Carolina and somebody else that were interested in him last year when the portal closed. They don't want him at all.
Someone will.
Somebody will, yes. We kind of talked about the Rockets when we were talking about the Warriors.
There's a lot more of these in here.
Well, all the playoff teams.
Yeah, but there's Austin Hayes.
Yeah, we talked about his debut, so we don't need that one.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
He went 500. He had 4 RBIs. He's the White Barry Bonds.
Oh, we're going that far already? That one broke open.
Minnesota T-Wolves.
They're playing the Lakers. Nope, and I had the Lakers over here. So, yeah.
Perfect.
I think the Lakers are probably going to beat them. I'll say in 5.
The size. This is where I've been saying that I think the Lakers could be in a lot of trouble. The fact that they don't have legitimate bigs down low, and the fact that Luka is not a defender. I just think that like a lot of people think that their defense is real. It's very hard for me to believe in their defense when he does not play defense. There's 2.5 and 3 minute long clips of him from the finals last season where he played zero defense. It's just different Celtics players running right by him, and you just watch it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't win.
Yeah.
You won't be able to do that in the playoffs and be successful if you don't have dominant bigs that can stop anything, and they don't have dominant bigs.
Right.
Milwaukee. Dame's coming back? Maybe?
He's missing at least this series because of that blood clot thing. I saw that last night.
Hey, I wrote the
right.
Bucks off a while ago.
I did too.
I didn't think that they had
got the
a
rest of
chance.
them.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Thunder.
I thought they had no chance without him. The Thunder?
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like they're overrated. I don't want to say that they're not good because that would be a lie. They are very good, and they should be able to get out of the first round.
Who are they going to have to play? They play the winner of
Either Memphis or Sacramento or Dallas. Hope for them it's not Memphis because I think Memphis could give them some issues.
Yeah.
It just seems like they're missing something. Like they just don't have the recipe quite right yet.
Pacers. Oh, you had another one?
That was the OKC. Pacers, and I do have another one though. It's the Cavs.
Oh.
Pacers.
I have the Nixon and a baseball.
Tyrese Halliburton. He's still not the guy that he was last season. But this is a team that
They're making it work.
This is a team that puts up a lot of points. He's still averaging almost a double-double a game.
So they're putting up a lot of points, but last year they were giving up too many points. Are they still giving up too many points?
Yes.
Okay.
That being said, they should have some fun basketball here in the
Who are they
playoffs.
playing? Who they got the Bucks first? If Dame doesn't come back, I feel like they could probably, if they can get through Milwaukee quickly.
They have to find a way to slow down Giannis.
Yeah.
Giannis could just go crazy. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. He could just be insane in that series. The Cavaliers got the 1 seed finally.
Yeah.
They were able to hang around.
I mean, they've never had it before?
I just think that they've had the 1 seed for large parts of the last couple of seasons, and they've given it away at the end.
Oh.
Like down the stretch. Because they've had really good starts the last 3 or 4 years, and they've fizzled out towards the end. So that didn't happen this time.
No, they stayed on. Didn't they win like their first 15 games or something?
I don't know.
Oh.
But they've been good this year. They will get the winner of the Hawks and the Bulls or Miami. That should be a bloodbath. Even though I do like some of what Chicago's got going on. They got some fun youth going on over there. Kobe White has been looking really good down the stretch. Josh Giddey has turned things around, averaging almost 15 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. And his shooting numbers have taken a turn in the right direction. Where did it go? Shooting almost 38% from 3 and shooting 46.5% from the field. So they're turning things around over there in Chicago a little bit. And what was the last one?
The Knicks, we kind of talked about that when we were talking about the Pistons.
Yeah, I like what the Knicks got going. I mean, I like Thibodeau, and I like a lot of their players. I think that getting Cat in exchange for Randall was big. I thought losing DiVincenzo hurt because I thought he was a big piece for him. But I think collectively they're a little bit better getting Cat. And also, they went and they stole Quentin Grimes from the Mavericks.
At the deadline.
That was another nice piece. He's been good for them. So yeah, I like what they got going on. Who are they playing? Did we say?
Pistons.
The Pistons. So I think they'll probably beat the Pistons. I just don't know how. They have to stay together. They can't die before they get, to the finals. That's the only way that they win. I mean, and obviously, that's obvious. They have to be healthy, but that's always the story with Tibbs.
Yep.
Always a story.
And it looks like all the playoff games start on Saturday and Sunday, so we'll have like 1, maybe 2 games to talk about for each team going into next week. The last one I had was the NS Cy Young. I'm just saying, give it to Hunter Green already.
He's been fantastic. Between him and Skeens, maybe. That should be interesting.
All right, so that's going to do it for this week's episode of Play by Play. Remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel, and share it on all social medias, and we will be back next week.